Little fact or fiction on some of them. RC, I'll start with you again here. The Eagles report to camp today. If someone said Saquon Barkley is going to make Jalen Hurts an MVP candidate again, would that be fact or fiction?
That's fiction, and it's not because Jalen Hurts can't be an MVP candidate, but it isn't the run game that kept him from playing extremely well. DeAndre Swift had a great year last year. Miles Sanders had a career year the year before. The Eagles have been able to run the football. Jalen's problem last year was Jalen. Jalen's problem last year was play calling. Those things can change with Kellen Moore, but Jalen Hurts needs to get back to being who he was during his MVP candidacy.
That's the NFC East. Mike T, let's go to the AFC East. The Bills report in Rochester today. If I said Josh Allen has enough weapons to win a Super Bowl, is that fact or fiction?
That's fiction, Greeny. Look, they were really good once they made the coordinator change last year, 6-1. But I don't think they have enough weapons to score consistently with the powers in the AFC, be it Kansas City, Baltimore, or a healthy Cincinnati. So I like Curtis Samuel. I like Khalil Shakir. Maybe Keon Coleman comes along. But they don't have enough point scorer to get to the elite level of the AFC.
I know who you're thinking, and we'll get to that, but let's stay in their division. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets report to Florham Park today. RC, can Aaron Rodgers lead this Jets team, if he is healthy, deep into the playoffs, maybe even to a Super Bowl?
First off, it's fact, but that's not even a fact or fiction question. Greeny must have wrote that question. It should be will Aaron Rodgers, and then I can tell you fact or fiction. Now I just have to say yes because of the way it's worded and because Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks that has ever lived. When you think about this defense, they've been Super Bowl caliber for years. Now you add one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time with some weapons around him. Absolutely, this team can be a contender.
You're correct. I lost track of myself and didn't phrase it in fact or fiction, fashion, which is on me. But you still answered the question perfectly because that's just the kind of man you are. Meanwhile, let's go live to Florham Park. That's where the Jets are. That's where Aaron Rodgers will be. And that's where Kmart is this morning. She joins us from rainy New Jersey this morning ahead of the Jets reporting. So set the scene. Rodgers, you know, what can you say? He's always interesting. What are we expecting from Aaron Rodgers today?
Well, Greeny, I beat Aaron to the building, but that's not, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but he is here. And let me tell you, this man came in, if you think he's worried about all the talk about the mini camp missing that, no. He showed up today, T-shirt, with, it looked like an Egyptian cat on it, flip-flops, hat, sunglasses. It's raining, but this guy looks like he is ready to go. I think what we're going to hear today from Rodgers is whatever has been talked about in the offseason doesn't matter, because the key for the Jets is, again, making the playoffs, again, getting this O-line, get some chemistry, and keep him upright. The play that he was hurt on was the first of 64 sacks last year. Last year was a waste, as he put it, but this year they have high expectations, obviously.
He's wearing an Egyptian shirt after his trip to Egypt. He is once again trolling. What is it, like a sphinx?
It looks like an Egyptian cat.
Yeah, like a sphinx. He's got a sphinx on his shirt there. I mean, we need video of this. I need to see the shirt that Aaron wore in there today. We will find it. All right, and we'll get you that coming up in a minute. I want to play some more sound from Aaron Rodgers, Kmart, and get your reaction, and everyone else's here. We heard he sat down with the guys from Pardon My Take the other day, and the first thing was he talked about going to Egypt and all the rest of that, and now we see he's wearing the T-shirt today, so he's very much basking in that. They also asked him about his future and his longevity, and here's what he said about that.
How many more years?
I don't know. I'm not sure. This one for sure.
This one for sure.
I wanted to do 2 good ones and to give us a chance to retire a Jet, win 2 Super Bowls.
All right, so, I mean, Kmart, why are we laughing?
Greeny, I was here a year ago. For training camp. Hard Knocks cameras were here. It was chaos. There was reporters everywhere. I'm back again. Aaron Rodgers knows how to make news, make things interesting, as you said. The fact that he came here with his sights set on a Super Bowl, and now every year it seems like, okay, is he going to be back this year? Is he going to be back next year? That is the narrative surrounding this team. And Aaron, he keeps it spicy. I'll give him that. He gives us stuff to talk about. But I just know next year I'll book it. I'll be back in Florham Park to see if Aaron Rodgers comes in here with an Egyptian cat shirt on or flip-flops or something.
or whatever foreign country he decides to visit next year during minicamp, and some memento. I went to Egypt, and all I brought back was this lousy T-shirt. But here's the thing, RC. All kidding aside, like that part of it, I actually don't have any issue with. Like the Jets, everything they've done reflects the fact that they know it's now or never, right? They've gone all in. They've traded away future assets, which is the right thing to do. So they are looking at this, they and he are looking at this as 1 year lightning in a bottle. It genuinely is now or never.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, when you acquire my boy Blue from old school, if y'all remember him, like you know you don't have a lot of time, right? It ain't a lot of time left with Aaron Rodgers. So absolutely, you should be going all in. You should be exactly where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were when they acquired Tom Brady. And this is going to sound crazy because I know Aaron Rodgers says things and we like to pick him apart and critique him, but why is he wrong? Why is he wrong that if he plays at his top level, if Breece Hall plays at his top level, if both of those dudes ball, they could have the best quarterback running back duo in all of football. And you have a wide receiver that has an opportunity to be a top 2 or 3 wide receiver if they can get protection and the quarterback has an opportunity to get the ball to him and Garrett Wilson. So when he says win a Super Bowl or win 2 Super Bowls, looking at what this defense has been over the last 2 years, absolutely it's possible. But I don't think you want to continue to have the conversation of when it's over. Aaron Rodgers needs to be in the right now because we were so far in the future, whether we were the Jets, Nathaniel Hackett, Robert Saleh, that on the 4th play of last season, it was over. Build a team. Allow Aaron Rodgers to lead that team. And if you do that, you can look up in late January and find yourself in the playoffs with an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl.
As a former player, look, I've been around these players now for over 25 years, and the best of the best always have the question when they come off of an injury of, what happens when I get taken to the ground? So he's been medically cleared, presumably now almost for a year. Like he's had, great care, a quick rehab, but he hasn't gone to the ground. And my question is, does he play in preseason games? Like he needs to get hit. He needs to go to the ground and get back up. That's when you're over an injury. And we're talking about one of the all-time greats, but I'm telling you, that's the conversation they're having in Florham Park. And they got to figure out, when do they play him? And is it in scrimmages? How does that happen?
You want them to hit Aaron Rodgers before the season starts?
Aaron Rodgers needs to be hit. He may not admit it. He needs to be hit to know that he's fully over these injuries.
Nope.
I mean, I may hit you merely for suggesting that. RC, go.
No, hell no. Don't you touch Aaron Rodgers. I want you to treat Aaron Rodgers like a candle you don't have another match for. You don't blow on it. You don't walk fast past it. None of those things. Aaron Rodgers, he can wear one of those big bubble things that people bounce around and run into each other with. All I care. You get him to Santa Clara, California on Monday Night Football, day 1. That is your goal. The rest of it, you got to let go and let God. I watched John Q last night. It's a great movie. That was the weird part. But all I want to say is that Aaron Rodgers shouldn't be touched. Aaron Rodgers shouldn't have to go to meetings. All Aaron Rodgers needs to do is be healthy on night 1. Because if he's healthy on night 1, this team is totally different. I don't know what Mike Tannenbaum is talking about. He's been hanging around his kids too much. He needs to stay up there with Greeny more so he can understand how to treat people with gentleness and kindness.
Kmart, I assume you will spend part of this day finding that out, right? What the plan is for Aaron and working him, what work we will see him get this preseason.
I'm on it, Greeny. There are a lot of questions, not just how much work Aaron Rodgers will get in the preseason, but how quickly they can get this offensive line together. Nathaniel Hackett, a lot of questions surrounding him and what this offense will look like. A lot of guys coming off injury, but again, you guys talked about the high expectations, so I'm on it, Captain. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I am interested to know that because I do understand. But look, I mean, I'm taking a step further than RC. You know I'm on record. I don't think they should play him in San Francisco week 1. That's a game that you're begging to get somebody hurt in. Keep him healthy for week 2. I'm telling you right now. That's why we got Tyrod Taylor. Send him out to San Francisco. Let Aaron rest. We must keep this man healthy at all costs.